Hey everyone, Lone Wolf Jetta here, and I'm gonna make this quick video. Hopefully, it'll be quick because, well, I gotta head home because my niece wants something to drink, and I gotta head home, grab the money for her, go to AM PM and grab her something cold to drink. Anyway, yeah, as you can see, the Land of Shadows or Scathach Fest is in full swing. Gotta do that one mission and just farm shit, and but let's get into the Olympus. Let's get into Olympus here. Back into Olympus. Okay. Oh, and thankfully there's a no battle scene. Okay, so this will be pretty quick. Hopefully. Hopeful. I know, right? Food always tastes even better after a good workout. I think Olympian cuisine might be new favorite food. I agree. At first glance, it doesn't appear to be anything special. There's bread, ham, salad, milk. The same kind of staples we've seen in all sorts of different times and places. And yet, for some reason, I can't put my finger on, everything here tastes completely different. Well, maybe not completely different. I mean, the bread is still bread, the ham is still ham, the milk is still milk, and so on. But from the moment you first take a bite, you can sense the flavors changing at least 3 times. Every single one of them is a breathtaking culinary experience. I know exactly what you mean. I had the same reaction the first time I went on sampling the local cuisine. While we still only see a small fraction of what Olympus has to offer, we now know that it is an enormous, highly advanced city with many tall skyscrapers that has nanomachines guarantee its populace long, healthy lives. And that is incredible prosperity, I might add, that independent of any sort of currency, enables its people to devote themselves to art and academia, thereby further enriching its culture, no need for any manual labor whatsoever. Their daily lives are happy affairs, praising the gods with bright smiles on their faces. War and combat are simply unknown to the people of Olympus, well, except for where we are concerned. Yes, I see. There's no better word to describe this interstellar city of Olympus than utopia. Utopia? The sort of earthly paradise people have been dreaming of since time immemorial? Even the food here is simply sublime. The Chinese Lostbelt Empire was arguably a type of utopia as well. But its ideals were only achieved by concentrating its culture on a single point. Olympus, on the other hand, shares its wealth in every sense of the word, and all without any conflict whatsoever. It really is a paradise beyond human achievement. I must say, even I don't know what proper human history could do against an opponent like this. Ho. Hey, Holmes? Yes? Did you not know Solarian Rush had only just cheered up? Did you really have to rain on the parade like that? Besides, as far as we're concerned, it doesn't matter whether this place is a utopia, an amusement park, or a front for organized crime. You guys are from proper human history, which means it's a fight for your very survival. And the only way you guys are going to walk away from this alive is if you beat them before they beat you. Solaria, you're here on behalf of all proper human history. I know that isn't the kind of position you wanted, and that you didn't really get a choice, but there it is. You've got enough in your udon bowl as it is without piling on extra toppings. Perhaps, but all that being said, Ms. Miyamoto. Oh, Musashi? Thank you for your worry about us. I really do appreciate it. But it's okay. We need to know who it is we're up against. We need to know who the people of the Lostbelts are. If we are to cut their world off from proper human history again. We already decided that it would be wrong to avert our eyes from the effects of our actions. Wait, is that what this is about? Right and wrong and stuff? Huh? fool. Huh? I mean, the key to walking away from a battle alive is to keep things as simple as possible, right? It's all well and good to worry about your opponent's circumstances, our own moral code and stuff. But you have to be able to separate separate from those things, because worrying about them in the heat of battle is only going to help you lose. Interesting. Watching these, I'm over here at the park as usual, and there's someone wearing. They're playing softball, and there's someone wearing an Aaron Rodgers jersey. I'm like, Aaron Rodgers doesn't play baseball or softball. I mean, he probably may play softball for fun, but got a quarter for the fucking Packers. Anyway, I mean, I'm not good for much except slicing folks up like some kind of human meat grinder, you know? So when you undue pressure about stuff not directly related to matters of life and death, when I'm in the thick of enemy territory, is the last thing I need. I see. So your comments now were not meant to be to console Miss Caroline there, but rather, yep, I want to cut it out to make it easier for me to win. Basically, there's a time and a place for everything. And that includes thinking. I mean, yes, it's obviously true. And I do get your point, but that's our Musashi. Exactly. Just take it easy. Can't win a fight. You can't win a fight if you're busy moping. Anyway, I'm sorry again for running on our breakfast parade. Oh man, now my soup's all cold. Well, there's a good thing it's cold soup over there in Japan. There, Musashi. Can't remember the name of it though. No need to apologize, Ms. Miyamoto. No need to apologize, Ms. Miyamoto. I should know better than to voice those thoughts at that time. Hmm? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Hmm? Hey, yeah. You were the one who ran on this parade in the first place, not me. Not to mention, I suppose I wasn't I? I do beg your pardon. Is that all you've got to say for yourself? Fool. Please go easy on him, Musashi. What in the world are you all doing at this hour? Oh, I'm sorry. We didn't mean to disturb you. Oh, and thank you for breakfast. It was absolutely scrumptious. Breakfast? Oh, I see, that wasn't me. The twins made it for you. You mean the two people who rescued us yesterday? That's right. Well, I doubt you saw their faces at the time. Why don't you come out already? This is our base of operations now, isn't it? I'm glad to hear you like the food. You really getting enough for us last night? We slept great, thank you. Oh, good. I never had guests before, so I wasn't sure if I did a good job or not. Never mind that now, sister. Aw. For the time being, it looks like you're all at a point where you can talk again. I'm glad to see that Kiyonomiya is working. I wasn't sure if it would fit your spirit order or not. Indeed it did, and I'm greatly obliged to you for your help. Wait, did you give me some too? You? Kiyonomiya? Don't be ridiculous. It'd be one thing if you did undergone biomodifications like the elite soldiers. There's no way Kiyonomiya would ever be compatible with a normal human from proper human history. No, all I did was cast a light healing spell. So you didn't have more than a few scratches. Thank you. You're very welcome. Oh. Chaldea, this is for proper human history. Well, I guess it doesn't really apply to all of you, but anyway. You must be me. I'm Makarios, and this is my older sister Adele. And it's very nice to meet all of you. We're the God Destroyer Alliance, or at least what's left of it. I'm Solaria. I'm Mosh Kirlight. I'm Miyamoto Musashi, Wandering Servant. How about you in the hood? I have nothing to do with those twins. Introducing myself now would only complicate things. You don't say. Okay then, who's your owl friend? Hoot hoot. Full. All the gods of Olympus are machines. Like an owl shouldn't exactly be a shock. If you say so. Adele, Macarios? Thank you again for saying this yesterday. I don't know what we would have done without you. Are you, both from Olympus? Yes, that's right. We're both from official Olympus residents. We have citizen numbers and permanent ration cards. Ration cards. We live our lives by the grace and gods of the gods' blessings and protection. The truth is, not now, sister. Save it for later. They need to know what's going on before we tell them about us. Macarios. I said no. Still too soon for them to tell them about us. Besides, Chaldeans, I'm sure there's someone else that you'd rather be talking to. Tesla. Oh! Voice recording for Chaldea, pattern B2. Alright, where to begin? For the time being, I've entered all the information we possess into this base's data processing unit. It's embedded with a simple artificial personality program, so it can answer most questions you might have. That concludes this video portion of the instructions. I'll let the artificial personality take it from here. There. I think that should do it. Activation complete. From here on, I, the artificial intelligence, will do the talking. Yes, the picture remains the same, but get over it. The image is a recreation made by recycling existing video footage. AI, eh? I suppose that shouldn't surprise me from one of the greatest scientific minds from the heroic spirits. Don't forget, you can always switch to me if you don't care for the half-witted eccentric persona. You can also switch to me if you prefer. I can't do anything Mahatma related, but though, sorry I can't be more help. Anyway, hi there, Chaldeans. It's nice to meet you all. Yelena. So the servants who left these recordings for us weren't summoned to Chaldea, nor are the ones we met in any singularities. Well, they are all heroic spirits from proper human history who were summoned here to this Lostbelt. Edison might be an exception. Yes, good point. Thomas says Lionhead spirit origin only came about fifth singularity, so he should still remain retains memories of us, just like John Alter. All right, let's begin with the basics of Olympus. Your opponents here are, in a word, gods. That was me. I decided to pause the AI for a bit. Before you hear anymore, I wanted to warn you all. To warn you guys, you'll probably be shocked by what we have to say, but what they have to say. It might be enough to make you despair completely. Some of the heroic spirits that made it here only stuck around long enough to say nobody could win against gods. So I just want to make sure you're ready for what comes next. It's okay. Keep playing. Right, we can't do anything if we don't know what we're up against. So please, Macarios, Adele, let us see the rest. First, let's begin with the gods. The gods of Olympus, the rulers of the Lostbelt, are genuine deities that have existed since the age of gods. These deities, including the ones you may have seen in Atlantis, are beings who came here from far, far across the universe. And trust Macarios and Adele are there as well. They, like all residents of Olympus, refer to the gods as thus. Deities who came across the sea of stars, great ones. The descendants of primordial chaos, great sisters of prosperity who bear the Kronos crown. I'm getting ready to get up and walk away right now. So if you hear a bag rustling, it's the bag I carry with me to work. And of course, the 12 Olympian machine gods. The sea of Stars? We know that those machine gods were interstellar weapons, but this is way bigger than I was expecting. I mean, huh? So, hang on, let me just make sure that I've got this straight. You said these super ancient gods who came here across the Sea of Stars, right? Right? So then, that'll make them space aliens, right? Fool. Not quite. That might be entirely accurate to refer to them merely as intelligent life forms from another planet. Based on everything we know, it seems they are more akin to machines from an extremely advanced civilization. One that may reside outside our galaxy, or the far ends of our universe, or an entirely different universe altogether. Yeah, that's more or less correct. Huh, I'm surprised. I thought you guys would be a lot more taken aback. Why aren't you? Well, after Atlantis, I had a feeling they'd be something like that. I see. Alright, now should be a good time to proceed. Next, I have more information about the gods for you. From this point onward, I'll be telling you how this Lostbelt differs from proper human history, and at what point in time it diverged. First of all, how did these gods really come to be? First gods were born from primordial chaos, and eventually the younger generation fought the Titanomachia, the first Great War. Up until this point, the world was largely the same as it was depicted in the midst of proper human history. The Titanomachia was a war between the gods of the old generation and the Titans, the gods of the old generation, and Olympus, the gods of the new. Okay, if I remember correctly from Greek history, the Titans were the original gods, and they became, or they created, so to speak, the newer gods of Olympus. Can't remember any of the Titans' names, but we do know that, of course, the Greek gods, Zeus, Apollo, Ares, those people. As I recall, Zeus defeated his own father, Cronus, the king of the Titans. Yeah, I remember hearing about that. And in doing so, he gained control over the rest of the pantheon. The gods of Olympus won that war. Zeus became omnipotent as a result. Omnipotent? Then there was the second Machia. This one took place roughly 14,000 years ago. During this war, also known as the Leucos Machia, the gods of Olympus did battle with an enemy that threatened the entire world. Unfortunately, details pertaining to this event are scarce. Not only was it recorded in proper human history, most citizens of Olympus know very little about it. However, my distinguished colleagues, what we can say for sure is that we are certain this is the point where the Lostbelt diverged from proper human history. Third Great War, the Gigantomachia, was against the Gigantus, and Orange Gigantus took place about 5,500 years ago. This is further evidence of that divergence. In proper human history, this Machia was the second and final Great War of Greek mythology. In the version of proper human history, the gods of Olympus, aided by human heroes, eventually succeeded at vanquishing the mighty Gigantus. I think the great hero Heracles even played a part, if I'm not mistaken. But in this Lost Belt, the gods eradicated every last gigant in an instant. How did they accomplish such a feat? By pressing their machine god bodies, by preserving their machine god bodies, which proper human history had long since faded away, I presume. Exactly. The Olympian gods used their original machine god bodies to obliterate the gigantus all at once. At least that is our working theory. In proper human history, the gods' machine bodies were lost long ago. But here in this Lost Belt, the gods were somehow able to retain them. The result is the very Atlantic Lost Belt in which we now find ourselves. A world ruled by machine gods who still possess their once lost mechanical bodies. So then in proper human history, the gods of Olympus were meant to lose their machine bodies between 14,000 and 5,500 years ago. Okay, so it would seem. But here the gods remained alive and well. And as long as there's these mechanical gods from beyond our universe have their original bodies, they are not even affected by the deterioration of the age of gods that was meant to occur. That brings us to the fourth and final Machia. As with the second, this also has no equivalent in proper human history, in particular to this Lost Belt. A few thousand years ago, the gods of Olympus split into two factions. Their conflict revolved around what to do about humans, whether to rule over them or to coexist alongside them. This schism led to a fierce disagreement between the gods. Zeus, Demeter, Aphrodite, Hera, and Artemis wanted to rule, while Athena, Hades, Poseidon, Apollo, Hestia, Ares, and Hephaestus wanted to coexist. We believe Poseidon initially sided with the rulers, but that he eventually ended up defecting to the other faction. Gods on each side enlisted loyal lesser gods as their disagreements devolved into full-blown war. This battle went on to be called the Olympia Machia, or the Great War of Olympus, as known in Atlantis. Both sides fought fiercely, and the remains of the mechanical gods who were killed fell to Atlantis, where they formed islands. And in the end, the faction supporting rule over humans was victorious. The opposition survivors were punished. I remember that thing. For example, Poseidon, the sea god, his divine core was rewritten, reducing him to a little more than an automated defense unit to protect the Great Pit. That brings us to today. The gods who emerged triumphant in all four Machia continue to rule this Lost Belt, the city of Olympus as their capital. Today there are 5 gods who reside on the Dodona, a great orbital shrine that makes up the center of the city. Zeus, the omnipotent god of the heavens; Europa, the divine queen who fused the goddess Hera; Demeter, the goddess of the land; Aphrodite, the goddess of love and beauty; and finally the Dioscuri, the ancient twin gods. Really, they don't need to shade up Europa and Dioscuri since I have them both. The Dioscuri. Not now, Mercurius. Not now. Technically, the twin gods of Dioscuri are a divine spirit which makes them neither living gods nor mechanical ones. They died once and transformed into a divine spirit. Who killed them, you ask? I wish I could say it was the God Destroyer Alliance, who But it wasn't. No, their killer for the Cryptocarstaria Vorime. Give me a second, folks. Okay, sorry guys. A mage? A human mage killed a god? After that, Carshara found a formed a contract with the Dioscur, making them his divine servants. To be clear, he not summoned the divine spirit from the throne of heroes, formed a contract with genuine gods, after they've been killed and reduced to a divine spirit. The Dioscuri are not among the 12 Olympians, but they are no more or less a god either. No mere or lesser god either. They are one of the ancient gods who accepted Zeus as the supreme being. To be precise, they are a divinity that have been around since before the Gigantomachia. From what we've been able to gather, they joined the pantheon by imbibing of Zeus' divine blood, his Colombia. They are now considered children of Zeus, with standing equal to Apollo in his glory days. And Kashar Wardime managed to kill them. Hard to believe, isn't it? If only it really was as bad a joke as it sounds. They should have just stayed dead. Them, a divine spirit? What a load of crap. The Dioscuri are deranged. They don't deserve to be spirits, let alone gods. Please forgive my brother. He swore an oath to the late Athena that he would one day take revenge on the twin gods for their murder of our 100-odd fellow Alliance members. Hold on. The Dioscuri are bloodthirsty maniacs, death incarnate human killers.
Wait.
They kill almost all the humans who join the God-Slayer Alliance, God-Destroyer Alliance. There are only a few members left, including us. It was really hard for you. Oh. Well, Chaldeans? Why are you acting like that? Aren't you scared? We're up against murderous gods? Gods who actually only going out of their way to slaughter people. And if that isn't bad enough, there's another guy out there strong enough to make them his flunkies. Just the idea that you might have any chance of beating them is absurd. Yeah, it's absurd. We know some of the heroic spirits gave up and walked away when they found out how the Gigantomachia ended. So what about you guys? What's your deal? Does the fact that you guys are any more phases from your world, proper human history, is any more messed up than ours? Stop the Macarios. I just want to speak to people we've just met. Oh. Sorry, everyone, I just got a little out of hand there. Please, it's fine. Really, I don't blame you for being taken aback. We've encountered so many different threats by now that I suppose our reactions must seem strange. Gods who know the universe, count gods with frightening powers. Sorry, as I'm walking right now, all of a sudden an old injury is acting up. Twin gods who enjoy taking lives. Carstaria was strong enough to make those gods his servants. Every last one of them is a tremendous threat. That's something we may very well not be able to deal with. And these revelations are shocking for us. It's tempting to despair in the face of such overwhelming odds. But all that being said, we still have a job to do. Okay, I think I get it now. Yeah, that's it. I get what you guys are like now. You're all just like what it is you said you'd be. He was right after all. So you kind of really are just a pack of weirdos, huh? Well, nothing wrong about that. You've convinced me. I like you guys. Whoa. So you get it now, huh? That's great. They really are weirdos, aren't they? Whoa. What the hell are you? Don't jump on us. What are you, some kind of squirrel? Look, Macarios. I think he likes you. Whoa. Eek. Ah, hey. Get away from my sister. Alright, that's it. Thank God. Oh, man. Sorry, but I was like... Whew. Okay, so the next one's going to be another one of these. No battles. So, that's going to be the next video. Until next time, I'm just saying thank you for watching. Take care of yourselves. Beauty's streaming again.